What are you planting?
I'm transplanting a ground cherry. It was growing in the turnips.
Why'd you plant a ground cherry in the turnips?
I didn't. I'm transplanting it from there.
Well, if it was there, you must have planted it there.
No, ground cherries come back every year. So if it's there one year and then you completely redo your garden the next year, it'll grow back.
Hey y'all, welcome back to Heirloom Permaculture. And have we got some news for you? So a couple videos ago we talked about being really close to getting to not needing to do any grocery shopping.
Yeah.
What we didn't realize at the time was by the next time we needed a grocery shop, which we did that every 2 weeks, we didn't really need to buy anything.
Yeah.
We were there and we didn't know it.
Yeah.
So I think we bought butter and cheese.
Butter and cheese.
We'll buy spices.
Spices.
And that was about it.
Yeah, other than like kitchen.
I mean, that doesn't
kitchen
mean that we
things.
grow absolutely everything that we get at the grocery store. We are growing enough food and enough variety that we don't need a grocery shop. So Sunday, yesterday was 4th of July. Happy 4th of July, late.
Yeah.
Hopefully you saw the video we put up yesterday celebrating not just 4th of July, but also self-sufficiency and food independence. It kind of alluded to that at the end. That video is if patriotism offends you, don't watch it. So if it doesn't, go watch it. So anyways, it's Sunday, week starting, and it's time to do some grocery shopping our way.
Kind of crowded.
So these are Hakurai salad turnips. They're best, I like them best, I guess, kind of eating fresh. We did roast some, grill some last night.
I thought they were really
They were good.
They were really good roasted, grilled, whatever.
They're developed in Japan after World War II for a high production kind of staple crop. And they've been in the US obviously for a long time, but they grow fast, they grow good, and they're really good.
Yeah.
And we're still working on this little bed of golden beets. We do a lot of, for the beets, we'll use them a lot for roasting together with carrots, turnips. What else you put in there? We put some okra. When we grilled it yesterday,
Yeah,
we
put all
mixed
kinds of-
carrots, beets, turnips, okra, leeks, and some zucchini,
Yeah.
and put it all on a pan on the grill and cooked it up till it's nice and dark and sweet. And I went with some good grilled chicken. So good homestead, feed everybody right off a here meal.
Yeah. Whew, tangled together. I don't want to pull that little one yet.
Hey, you need to pull this turnip.
That's pretty large. It's a big one. Got turnip, beets. Insert your lame dad jokes down in the comments.
Angela, that was really corny. Hey, Abby Broussard. Carrots.
Oh, hi.
Well, I got us some carrots for the week. So we found that these smaller ones like this are actually really good roasting, because all you got to do is cut the top off. You don't even have to cut them in half if you don't want. And they're about the same thickness as all your other vegetables, or just a little less, so they cook in the same amount of time. And we do get some of the larger ones, and we'll get those too for however else you want to have them. But as far as in roasted vegetables, this size here, which is about 2.5 to 3 inches long and about 3/4 to an inch in diameter. That's perfect. And you can see from this carrot bed right here, it doesn't even look like we put a dent in it. It doesn't look like we've harvested out of it, and we've been harvesting out of it for a month or so. But we just harvest what we need, or we'll give some away. And as we thin them out, they'll have the opportunity to grow bigger and bigger if we want to give them that much time.
That's just this side of the bell peppers. I haven't touched those yet. And they're good, big. This one's even bigger.
We're either going to have to get another basket or start bringing the wheelbarrow out here with us. So what we've harvested so far is still not, we haven't gone through everything. And I said that Sunday it's time to harvest in grocery shop, but we actually still harvest every couple days. I mean, we check everything every day to see if there's something that needs to come in right then. But the actual big harvesting we do every 2 to 3 days, 3 at the most. Because if you don't do it that often, a lot of the stuff will go past where you want it. So you can see we're getting a ton of food. So we're eating all that we can eat. We're preserving everything else. We are sharing. We're giving away, selling leeks, since that's Henley's little deal. But it's an abundance. So the basket's full. We've got carrots on the ground. Both her arms are full of bell peppers, and she's only about 5, 10, 15, 20 feet down this 50-foot row. And we haven't even touched the cucumbers or the tomatoes or the stuff, anything in back, or the okra. All kinds of good stuff.
Every time I try to pick them up. I did it that time. Nope. I'll get it in a minute.
You struggling?
I'm struggling. I need bigger arms or another basket or something. Oh yeah, I could do the shirt thing, but you know.
I'm just a problem solver.
Sure.
I want to take just a second and make sure that all of our viewers understand, and maybe those that are joining us for the first time, we talk about growing all of our food and not going grocery shopping, and everything we're doing on this 1 acre homestead, and in fact the majority of it is in far less I mean, we're using way less square footage than that. We're probably actually growing food on a quarter of an acre.
Probably.
If that big. So this garden with the tunnel and the other beds out there, this front half is 32 by 50. So it's what, 1,600 square feet. And you're seeing all the stuff we're growing on it. That's where the bell peppers are, where the turnips are, where the carrots, the cucumbers, the tomatoes, the acorn squash, you know, the onions we grew,
Beets.
all that stuff, beets, radishes in the winter. So none of this is bragging. I don't want anybody to take it that way. What it is we have a goal and we're going to accomplish that goal. But more so, we want it to be kind of inspirational to people that say, you know, I wish I had enough room to do this, or I wish I had enough room to do what you're doing and all that. You know, maybe you don't have room for a garden this size, or that, you know, as many gardens as we have. But if you're very intentional and very intensive about the square footage you do have, you'd be shocked at how much food you can actually grow and do it even year round.
Right.
We never thought that we would get this much food off of what was the absolute worst corner of our property when we moved in 7 years ago.
Bedrock.
It was rock.
Just straight rock.
The Bermuda didn't want to grow very well in most of it. So if anything, use this as motivation to say, maybe I don't have what I think is the perfect place to grow a bunch of food or grow all my food, but this was terrible. And really, we got it to better shape in just a couple years. So start now, start growing now, but at the same time, improve the soil if that's your problem, and get it going better. And you know, your efforts will show in the next couple growing seasons. So just want to make sure, never mistake us being proud of what we're doing as it being, you know, bragging or bravado or anything like that. That's not what it is at all. Yes, we're very proud that we've reached the point of growing all of our food. But if anything, we want to be inspirational to everybody else that wants to try to do the same thing. Last night at probably 8 o'clock, Angela and my mom harvested cucumbers and filled an entire paper grocery sack. She's guessing 12 to 15 pounds worth. So it's a really heavy sack. And today, we need to harvest again. We've got pickling cucumbers and slicers ready. Of course, probably won't get as many as last night, but there's some that got to come off right now. And you can see that these Amish paste tomato plants we talked about before with fusarium wilt, they look terrible. I mean, they look like they're all just going to die at any moment, but they're still putting on fruit. They're still ripening fruit. Some of them, you can see like one here, we had to pull one out right here. The plant ended up dying. We pulled what fruit was on it. If it'll finish off on the counter, that's great. If not, I guess we could have fried green tomatoes, or it could be chicken feed. But you can see the row of plants look pretty bad, but they're still producing and we're still harvesting, and I'm still sweating. We always have to check both sides of the row because they'll hide, and a day or two from now, what was supposed to be a little pickle will be a baseball bat or a bowling ball.
Oh, I missed one. See that?
They keep giving me a hard time about wearing a plain Carhartt t-shirt in every video, so I'm wearing this. Brew grounds, shoot rounds.
Keep running out of room in the basket bucket. whatever else we need to get. These ugly plants are still giving us good tomatoes. I think we have 4-gallon bags of tomatoes in the freezer right now. I'm building all up to do sauce once they're all finished.
I don't think we're going to end up with as much sauce as we would normally eat. So we'll have to be pretty selective about what we use the sauce for. The plan was to make spaghetti sauce and probably tomato sauce to use in chili and stuff.
Yeah.
So
maybe chili, because we can't grow spaghetti.
well, it's
So,
true.
it
We
might work out
don't
good.
raise beef either, so
Right, so
chili may not even be on. We're
we
gonna
can have chili with
we're gonna work on some red meat.
Yes.
Yeah, work on something. Doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna be beef, but we're gonna figure something out.
Something other than chicken.
Yep. So can't live on chicken alone.
Got quite a bit of elderberry ready and a lot not ready, so I'll have plenty more to harvest later. It's my first elderberry harvest of the year. We will have plenty more before this is done because we have 2 big areas where they're growing. I always get asked what I do with these. I'm actually gonna wash these, take them off the stem and freeze them. I just use mine frozen. I'll be using them to make elderberry syrup for the family. And if you want that recipe, go follow me on my Sowing a Legacy Facebook page, and that's where I'll put it. So that's sowing, S-O-W-I-N-G, sowing a legacy, like planting seeds for the future. That's kind of the point of that one.
We're gonna hold off on the okra until tomorrow because we harvested some yesterday, everything that was ready to throw on the grill. So the ones that are on there are just a little small, but we're getting close.
They'll be ready tomorrow.
They'll be ready or past tomorrow.
If you know anything about okra, if you don't pick it every day, it's too big.
Yeah, but there's not enough for a meal today, so we'll wait and get tomorrow. And we've pickled a bunch, and we've eaten a bunch, so we'll decide tomorrow what we want to do with what we get then. So
It's up to you guys.
Yep.
I'll just pick it.
Yeah, she won't eat it. She did try the raw okra, and it was like it maybe a little better. So.
It was fresh.
But anyways, well, again, appreciate y'all hanging out with us, and so there's our grocery shopping, and hopefully you can get to the point where you're doing the same thing, and we can get out of this broken food system and all be a little more self-sufficient. All right, well, we'll see y'all next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. We got too much food in the bucket, all of it.
Hey, I'm trying to tell you my feelings, but it's like you don't care at all. Okay. $21.38.
Okay.
26.5.
Sad part about that is my arm is shaking, so everybody knows how weak I am. Alright, so each one of those containers weighs about 1.5 pounds. We've measured them or weighed them before, so it's about 45 pounds of food today that we picked.